Hey guys, Alex with Infotainment here. Today we're going to install a factory Mopar tonneau cover on our Ram 2500 pickup truck. There's 3 main steps to the install with a couple tweaks at the end to get it right, but overall a pretty easy DIY. Let's get started. So the first step of the install is get out your instruction manual, make sure everything is present in the install. For this particular cover, you'll need a 9/16 deep well socket and either a set of wood clamps or vice grips. These are going to be your 6 bed rail clamps. They're going to go on either side. We have cover bumpers. This will be our bulkhead seal, drain tubes, and various hardware on this side. So for the first step of the install, we want to make sure we orient our bed rails properly to attach to the bed. And the way you can tell is by this silver tab goes at the back of the bed. And this angled lip right here sits on top of the bed rail, just like so. Once we get that installed on the top of the bed rail, we want to push all the way back till our plastic piece on the back is pressed against the bulkhead. So once we've slid the rail all the way back onto the bed, this is where we're going to be attaching our clamps right here. So you can either have one of 3 things: a friend hold the bed rail. I typically use one of these guys right here and go ahead and clamp the rail to the bed, or you can use a spring-loaded wood clamp to do that. So we want to take our first clamp, the nut will actually face out. We're going to go ahead and reach up here. We'll go ahead first and go hand tight. And this one's gonna be right in the middle of the bed here. Go ahead and tighten that 9/16 bolt up. Not too tight, we don't wanna over tighten that. And we're gonna move to the back of the bed and do that one next. The next clamp, we're gonna put as far back along the bed rail as possible. Press up, go ahead and get that finger tight. Once it's finger tight, go ahead and press down here. Again, don't over tighten this bolt here. We don't want to strip the screw. The last clamp, we're going to put right in front of this angled portion right here. Go ahead and slide this up. Go ahead and finger tight, press down, and tighten it up with the wrench. We'll go ahead to the driver's side and repeat the same steps. So we're gonna go ahead and repeat what we did on the passenger side, right on the driver's side. Remember this silver tab goes on the inside all the way up towards the bulkhead. So after we installed the bed rails, it's time to install our bulkhead seal. On this particular truck, since we have the drop-in bed liner that actually acts like our seal, so if you have a spray-in bed liner or no bed liner at all, you're gonna use this seal. So the way that installs is you'll take some rubbing alcohol, just go ahead and prep this surface all the way back here, and we're gonna lay this tightly between the rails all the way across. Again, we're not installing this today because we have this drop-in bed liner. So after we've installed our bed rails and our bulkhead seal, it's time to put the cover on. So it's only oriented one way, so make sure this flap right here gets put towards the bulkhead, and this actually sits over the bulkhead at the cab. So we'll go ahead and lift up and place in between our side rails. You'll hear it click, and that's just the latches engaging. So after we've laid the cover inside of our tracks, we're gonna go ahead and flip this back so this covers the bulkhead. So we'll press that down and slide it all the way back till it stops. And in a few minutes, we're gonna go ahead and drop bolts into these two holes right here to secure it, but let's go ahead and roll the cover backwards so make sure it fits. So at this time, it's lengthened properly, so we're gonna go ahead and put our bolts at the bulkhead. So once we've rolled the cover all the way back, we're gonna go ahead and pull our tab here and roll it back up. And it's time to install our bolts to hold the cover to the tracks. So at the bulkhead here, we're gonna go ahead and install our securing fasteners. So the way this is assembled is this. Screw here gets one washer, and we'll drop this down. And from the underside, we'll get a shot of us screwing this on the bottom. So from the bottom, we're gonna be installing a hand tightened clamp screw right on this here. And the way that gets installed is you'll take one rubber washer and one silver washer, hold up here, and one lock screw. And then from the top, we're gonna press down on the bolt and we'll tighten like so. So from the top, we'll go ahead and press down on this and hand tighten it from the bottom. And basically what this is accomplishing is sucking the cover down to the rail so it lays flush. Don't over tighten that, just till it's nice and snug. We're gonna go ahead and repeat on the passenger side. On the passenger side, we're gonna do the same thing. One rubber washer with this here. Go ahead and set that down. So after we've installed our bed rail clamps here, we're gonna go ahead and install our strap buckles. And the way that these are installed is they go over the two holes right here. The bottom of the fastener goes under the bed, right around where we installed these, and the screws will screw into those from the top. And so what these buckles here are for is when the cover is fully folded up, we can secure it in this locked position so it doesn't flip back. So the way the cover operates is by these pull straps right here. And as you can see, these latches right here are what is grabbing the bed rail and securing the cover itself. So we'll go ahead and show you the cover operation now. So the way the cover operates is it's in 4 sections. So the first one will latch down. The second one will latch. The third one will not latch. And the last one will latch. So once all 4 have been latched, we'll go ahead and check from side to side play, make sure nothing's loose, and we'll go ahead and roll it back up, and I'll show you how to prop it open for full bed access. To roll it back up to gain access to the bed, we're gonna go ahead and pull the emergency release right here. 1, 2, there's another cable right here. 3, and the last one, we'll go ahead and pull this latch right here, and it'll stand straight up. So once we've rolled the cover all the way back for full bed access, this whole edge actually leans up against the truck bed, and this will install right here on the leading edge of the cover to make sure it doesn't come in contact with the glass. So make sure that's nice and flush on there, and so when you lean the cover all the way back, it doesn't make contact with the glass. At this point, I'll show you how the prop rod is operated for full bed access while you're driving. So once the cover is fully opened and resting against the bed, there's 2 prop rods on either side that we're gonna go ahead and loosen this knob right here, slide this up, this will come down, and you're actually gonna secure just like this, so the cover won't move while you're driving down the road. So after we get done securing the cover to the bed rails, we're gonna go ahead and install our drain tube. There's a little nozzle on the bottom of the bed cover that goes down into the bed, and there's actually a pre-cut hole, so it makes it really easy. So we wanna go ahead and pull out these rubber grommets if your truck has them. Not all of them do. So I would just take a little pick tool, go ahead and pull straight out. Then we'll go ahead up to the very top. Make sure our drain tube gets secured in there. And we'll push the drain tube straight through the hole from the grommet we just took out. Now all the water that accumulates on the bed cover will go into this rail, down this tube, and out the side of your bed so your bed stays nice and dry. So we'll go ahead and repeat the same procedure on the passenger side. So I'll show you guys how to fold the cover back and lock it into position and shut the tailgate. The cool thing about this tonneau cover, which differs from a lot of the lower end tonneau covers, is that you can shut the tailgate with the cover either up or down, or you can shut it with it up. All right guys, so we just got done installing our Ram 2500 Mopar hard bed cover. It looks great, it keeps your cargo dry and keeps your cargo safe. Unfortunately, we don't sell it on Infotainment.com, but we do sell these awesome LED bed lights, which kind of go in conjunction with the tonneau cover. You can check those out on Infotainment.com, and that can be programmed with your OBD Genie. Thanks for watching.